Good morning and welcome your faces back for another video of myself, Darren, a HGV Class 1 driver here in the UK. And the first thing I need to do is get myself some Lucozade for today, because last night we finished 9 hours ago. A little bit of an upgrade to a Monster from a Lucozade. Even though I had a great night's sleep, it's still better to take the Monster with me just in case. Our Chariot Aphrodite awaits us for today. First things first, let's conduct some checks on this morning. Got to make sure the tyre tread is all looking good. No damage to the fuel tank. Airlines are all stored away correctly. Don't leave them on the side because they just get covered in grease. You got to try and keep this nice and shiny. Tyres are all looking good as well. Tread. Electrics are all working okay. And overall, it's nice and road legal. That's the main thing. Let's open up the fridge. Oh, there's one in there already. Well, I've got two now. I always try and keep one in there just in case of emergencies. And before I forget, nice little salad made by the missus. Quick manual entry. So from 6:45 when I finished last night, I literally took the card out and went home. Otherwise, we'll be changing that to, for an example, 7 o'clock or whatever it is that you finish at. I wish the PDA would stop going on with itself. So from last night's date to today's date, and we started at 4:30 today. Nice and easy. Begin shift, UK, and then from 4:30 until now, over work. Let's make sure it's the right load for today, and let's make sure it's secure as well. Now I know it's the right trailer. Do the vehicle checks again, but on the trailer, and then we'll go do a second check a little bit later on. And the final check, just to make sure the electrics are working. Hey, the suspension's working again. It was for a moment trapped. So thanks to Chris for saving the day, because the air suspension, when it went under, it wouldn't lower itself, so it was literally about a gap. This gap was like up here, so it's too big, you see, to go on roads. If your suspension's too high, it causes a danger then to other road users, because the mudguard is not helping with the spray and stuff. So make sure your levels are all set where they should be, and don't be tempted just to drive it off if you get stuck. Let's give it one quick final check. Make sure it all works all right. So it goes up, and then set the leveler back to where it needs to go. First delivery point is 119 miles away over at Northampton, and we're due to get there in 2.5 hours. Suspension as low as you can on the unit, and then raise it up about midway. Lower in the middle axle. And then raise up the suspension foot as you go. Showing the damage in the legs. Oh no! What's happened here? Don't know if there's been an accident or anything, but the M6 is pretty much coming to a standstill right now. It's lucky I've got plenty of time, because the booking is booked in for 10 o'clock, so I've got a little bit of leeway. But this is 5:30 in the morning. You wouldn't think it'd be like this, stood still on the motorway at 5:30 in the morning though. Hopefully it's not a bad accident or anything. Where's the blue lights coming from? Where's the blue light coming from the hole? Is it weird? Just popping over into the services now, try and get some fuel if it's free. Yep, they are. Perfect. So it's hit and miss, this one. Because personally I think it's one of the best ones on the services for where we're based. So I can get on nice and easy, get a Greggs whilst I'm here as well. I've not had a Greggs for a while, have I? It's not like me not to have a Greggs for a bit. It's a bacon roll and a latte, £3.50 I think it is. And the fuel pumps are here are really quick as well. So to get a full tank, it's literally a couple of minutes. Where some places that you go to are very slow and they take forever. So let's let this fella do what he's doing. Don't want to cause any pressure onto him. If you ever see anyone reversing, always just give them plenty of space, be patient. You don't know how long they've been driving for or anything, so you don't want to get them flustered. And sometimes, like just then, he was pretty much perfect in that line, but it's not perfect for him, so he's moved forward a little bit. I don't want to be driving past in front, then causing an obstruction for the fellow driver who wants to shunt it forward. So wait for them to be done and be happy. Yeah. I'm looking for some, pump 13, here we come. You got to make sure you wear a glove though when you fuel up, because these can sometimes get caked in grease and you don't want that all over your hand. That part of the day, folks, just gone 7 AM. Now we're entering the Birmingham region. Just coming up to junction 10 over at Walsall, I think it is off the top of my head. So a few miles yet before we hit Birmingham itself. ETA is currently 8:15, but it's not till a 10 o'clock booking, so I've got plenty of time. That's why I've not used the toll road today. No point really. Extra charge for the company just for the sake of it. I get though, in the long run you probably save money by using the toll, because for the amount of time that you're going to be sat still in the traffic, the hours add up, etc., the fuel burning. So in the long run, over the year, it probably is cheaper to use the toll all the time. But for today, it's not a problem. And it kind of comes with the territory as well, doesn't it? Traffic. Finally free of Birmingham's traffic, and the time is now 8 minutes. The ETA to get to where my first job is 38 minutes away, 25 miles drive. So it's a little bit too early for me, that really, because I'm delivering to the big Costco in Northampton and they're quite strict there with the times. So it's a 10 o'clock booking. So I'm going to have to sit around for a little bit somewhere nearer the place and turn up for 9:30 just gone to get booked in, and then they should be able to let me on site then. Hopefully it's a nice quick tip as well. I've been this place in the past and I've been here for about 3 hours, I think, the longest I've stayed here for in the past. I've only got about 9 pallets or so to come off. So fingers crossed, in and out. Time is now 9:20, and I'm currently driving down the A5. I came off at the Rugby junction on the M6 because I'm running a little bit early at the time, so I pulled over at lay-by just off the A5, 15-20 minutes. So I stuck on a 15-minute break whilst I was waiting, so that clears the working time directive at least. My word, how foggy is it just gone down here? Come out of nowhere, that fog, hasn't it? And I managed to stumble across a truck stop as well that I found for the first time, just a bit further behind me towards Rugby. Never seen it before, so it's always a little bit handy if you got an expensive load on or anything. It's always good to stop at the truck stops instead. A little bit better for security normally, aren't they? And the place that I'm delivering to is just off the M1 junction, and straight down the A5 from the M6 you can get onto the M1, and it's pretty much the junction where I need to be at as well, so it's not too bad. Not exactly going out my way or anything for it. But this is the place where we was at last week, wasn't it, if you remember? Done a delivery to the Warrens. And you got that huge Royal Mail place that you can see on the right hand side as you drive down the M1 itself. That's where this lot is located at. We've got 2 miles to go, and I should be there in the next 5 minutes. Oh, that's a nice truck. Don't know if the camera picked it up. Battle of Britain, you might have seen them at truck shows. I'm just stopping off over this way. And my destination is about 400 yards. So 2:11 that I need to go. And there we are. They are quite tight these days, just need to take it slowly. Got no stairs. So I need the wheels to pretty much go on that little rail. As always, have a walk down, make sure it's on the bay okay, and then I just need this thing, as you can see, we're on like a rail. That thing pops up and then slides down onto the wheel, and that's like an automatic chock. A little bit like so. Time is now 10 to 11, left Costco, so it wasn't really too bad there. And I've got 21 minutes left on driving time, so I need to try and take a break on the way down now. The next job is 22 miles away. And it's about a half-hour drive to get there. And it's also in Northampton. I know there is a couple of service stations on the way down. I think there's one in about 5, maybe 10 minutes time. So I'm just going to stop at that one to take a half-hour break, and that will cover the driving time. Due to get to our second destination within the next 10 minutes, and it's pretty much just off the A road up here, so it's going to be following for the A45, the first exit of this slip road. Oh, that's pretty cool. A little Star Wars themed truck over there. Darth Vader painted on the side. It's one good thing about driving. You get to see all different types of trucks. So that's two I've seen today. But I've had the art styles, which is pretty cool. What type of art style would you get personally if it was down to yourself? Okay, where's that Mercedes going? No, changed the mind. I think they was going to try and reverse back then, and I thought, no, they thought better of it. So let me know down below in comments as well, what would you have if it was personally down to you? If you had unlimited type of money to get your own truck, etc., how would you do the art style for it? What type of theme would you go for? Let me know down below. Nope, don't worry. I'm not parking in a bay like this. I'm just getting as much space in the yard as I can to do reverse. Nice and parked up here as well. Go open the doors, get booked in with the goods in, and then get given a bay where to go. All booked in now, and we're giving bay 33. One trailer off, one going on. It's going just out of shot as well. We've got a TST driver there who's just pulled off the bay. Take it nice and slowly, try not to oversteer, just make little corrections where you need to be. Just hit 20 to 1 and we're all sorted and ready to leave. I've got a backload already planned. I need to be there between 1 and 3 o'clock, I think it is, they said. To get to the collection point is 40 miles away, and I'm looking at a 1 hour drive. And it's pretty much north of Coventry, Nuneaton. Now on the A5, I've got 2 miles left to go before I'm at a destination. And I believe that's the M69, which I've just gone underneath it. So that's whereabouts on the A5 I am. I keep wanting to say the M5. Nowhere near there. Not too sure how many pallets I'm collecting from this place. I think it's going to be full trailer. Hopefully it's a quick load as well, so we can get in and out and then straight back towards the depot. It's not getting delivered tonight, which is good, so it's pretty much just going back to our yard and then parked up, and then tomorrow we'll be continuing the journey to wherever it needs to get delivered to. Time is currently 2 o'clock just hit. I'm not doing all that bad for timing wise, but today has gone up so fast, it's unreal. Honestly, when you do like 12-hour days with driving, it doesn't feel like 12 hours, it really doesn't. So that's why I don't mind doing the hours as much, because it just does not feel like I'm doing the hours that I've actually done. It's crazy. It just goes so fast. And before you know it, it's like say 2 o'clock. And I think to myself, where has the day gone? And the really good thing about this place that I'm going to now to do the collection is that it's just off the A5. So this is the A5 I'm on at the moment. It's literally 100 yards off here on the other side of these trees to the right. Then to get back to the yard, all I need to do is stay on the A5, and it will take me all the way up to Telford so it'll miss the traffic at Birmingham. So it's not bad, that really. Got a 15-foot bridge over there. I'm okay. I'm only 13.10 with the trailer that I've got on at the moment. And hopefully I've got the right place over here for the collection. Because when I put it in Google Maps, it was about 1.5 miles down the road and it said permanently closed. So I'm hoping they've moved from that area to this area. Now it did say it's on Nuts Lane, which is just there. I'm not sure if I can actually access it from this side. But it looked like there was a low bridge, you see, so that's why I didn't go straight down that way. So I'm going to do a little bit of a Google mapping quickly. And lo and behold, it does turn out you can access it through the other direction. So I just need to make myself around. I was just a little bit cautious, you see, because I've seen there's a bridge over there and it looks quite a low one. So I had to make sure first I couldn't access it through this side instead of getting stuck down the end of this road where the bridge is. But I think it's actually 15 foot, this one as well. A lot of vans on there, isn't there? Ah, there we go. It is this way. Just spoken to the nice chap on security who's directed me into the right way. And it's all one-way system, so I need to take a left here in between these cars and then around the building to over the other side where I need to get a collection from. Oh, it is bigger than you think, actually. Look quite narrow from over there. There's probably a couple of pallets of wood or something I'll be getting. I don't know if I've ever told you, I absolutely hate these bars. On the bars, as you can see here, you have like a little clip. So you got to lift it up so the pin comes out, that drops down, and then you can freely move it then. It's like left and right. And when you lock it up, make sure the bottom's fixed on properly. Give it a good push. And then also give it a little wobble just to make sure it's all secure, because them things can fly down, smash you in the face. A lot of drivers get injured off them every year. Right then, let's get all the straps sorted out. Unlike traditional straps, what are normally on the outside rail, this trailer has them on the inside, which make them a little bit more of a pain in the backside, if I'm being honest with you. So let's get them down and secure the load. A little bit like so. Load is all secure, so let's get out of here. Total distance 100 miles to go and around 3 hours drive. Wish me luck to get there before 6 o'clock, because I doubt it. On the A5 at the moment, and seems really heavy traffic as well, not really going anywhere in particular. Quite slow. Time is now 20 past 3. Still got 97 miles to go. So a long drive ahead of us. And it could be made a little bit longer on the A5 as it stands. Ah, that's why. A little bit of a medical emergency by the seams of it, in the form of a car crash. Woo! Smashed right off that, isn't it? Wow, yeah, that first car was damaged quite a bit, so they must have smashed into the back of that car doing some speed. Looks like nobody was injured too much. Most likely be whiplash, that definitely. I did, however, forget you got other roadworks going on at the moment for the HS2, and it affects a large portion of the A5. Luckily though, touch wood, it's all free flowing at the moment. Average speed camera 40 miles per hour. Long as it stays doing 40 miles per hour, I don't mind it, it's alright. We're still making a bit of distance. Sat nav is now saying 6:10 arrival back at the yard, and I'm just hoping it pays off really, coming down the A5 instead of going back on myself and going through Birmingham. I mean, it can't be worse than Birmingham surely, can it? Not too far now from the M6 itself. Just on the other side of the fence is the end of the toll road, and I can see coming up on the toll road junction is for Wolverhampton. I'm still on the A5 travelling down. Actually no, I've changed actually to the A460. So I'm going to jump onto the M6 junction just up ahead. I forgot that last roundabout changes the A road. I've got 69 miles left to go, and I'm looking at 6:15 at the moment. I've spoken to my missus who's finished work. She's on her way home at the moment. Part-timer, eh? Finishing at 4 o'clock. Man, I wish I was finishing at 4 o'clock every day. That'd be great. And I've just approached 12 hours in work now. And I've still got a good hour and a half left to go. So I'm looking realistically about a 14-hour shift again today. Driving time, I've got 2 hours and 3 minutes, so that should not be a problem. So tonight is looking like another reduced rest period, but not an extended driving period. We've got the Holly's shop down this way as well. I think it's the next junction, isn't it, on the M6 before the actual A5 and Telford. I think there's a truck stop around there. I think it's called the Holly's. I've not stopped there yet. I keep telling myself I'll stop there one day, but I've not got around to it just yet. It's just gone 5:30 and I'm still on the M6 at the moment. I've got 1 hour and 7 minutes driving time left, so hopefully this won't eat too much of it. And the biggest problem with traffic, it does just eat your driving time. Before you know it, you've lost an hour because you've just been sat around or driving really slow due to heavy traffic. A little bit like if we're sat in this now for the next hour. I've got 19 miles left to go. According to SatNav, it's only just over half hour from here to get back. But on my other SatNav that I set earlier using the Google CarPlay, it's currently saying 45 minutes to get back, and that's including the traffic. So there's a little bit of a live traffic report with the CarPlay. I keep meaning to show you this CarPlay thing. It's really good. You just plug your iPhone in and then you can access Google Maps and everything through it, your Spotify. It was all good. And it's just like as if you're operating the radio as well. It's the same screen used for the radio. I'm not too sure if there's been an accident or anything, but it's just showing a little bit red at the moment. It's starting to get dark a lot earlier now, isn't it? I'm really unsure why the traffic is so bad unless there's been an accident up here, because the roadworks have actually finished now. all the way up to Wigan. For some reason though, they're still putting it down to 50 miles per hour. Now the roadworks are finished, but in theory, it should help the flow of the traffic from this part of the motorway, because it opens up to 4 lanes. And it's 4 lanes all the way up to Preston. But it just seems to be worse than ever. It's currently 6 o'clock now, or coming up to at least. And I've still got 11 miles to go. And I've got 44 minutes on the driving time. So ideally I need this to try and clear up a little bit, if possible. So I can try and get home on time. And how many hours I've been in now? So I started at 4:30 this morning, and it's 6 o'clock now. Coming up to about 13.5 hours, aren't they, give or take? Yeah, 13.5, I think it is. Hey. Ah, big yawn. I'm sure you needed that on your TV. Apologies about that one. Got the can of Monster. Crack that open already. Try and pep me up that little bit more. I never have any luck though, do I, with traffic? I really don't. Because I was thinking to myself, I might be able to pick Little Man up today. I should be able to get back for about 4 o'clock. How wrong was I? Obviously we had the backload, which put us back a little bit, and it took an hour to get loaded whilst I was at the backload. However, I still thought I was probably getting back for about 5 o'clock. I thought, worst case scenario, 5 o'clock getting back for, but you forget how far away you actually are, even at Nuneaton. It's still a long way, isn't it? And anything can happen in 100 miles when you're driving. Numerous accidents, etc., in all different places. I let both in. But when people always ask me if I love the job, I do. I absolutely love driving. I love it as a job. It goes really quick, even though you are doing real long hours. It doesn't seem like you're doing the long hours. However, you do have the downsides where you can't predict the traffic. You can't predict what it's going to be like. And that's why I always say, like, sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have days like this. Since it's coming towards winter, I don't know why, but it just seems to be more accidents on the road. I don't know whether, like you say, it's the weather conditions, we're being a little bit more wet, people are still driving on the phone and not paying attention. Obviously accidents happen, but it just seems to be a little bit more frequent, doesn't it, this time of year, especially when it starts getting a bit darker as well, around 6 o'clock. Just got back to the yard now for 6:30, and the Aphrodite is parked up for the night. I'm using the same trailer tomorrow because I'm taking what I picked up today straight to the clients for about 9 o'clock. And for me, tomorrow is a 7:30 start, so I've got a nice 13 hours off from work, which is fantastic. Little man's staying up as well at the moment for another half hour or so, so hopefully I can make it home. And on that note, I am going to call it a day in the video, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.